A lot of people say that investing is too hard, right? And for my friends that tell me that, I tell them straight up, you're being lazy, right? But investing is hard if you want to master it. Basketball is hard if you want to master it, right? But I could play basketball. You could play basketball. You know, random kids on the court could play basketball. But could we play with Steph Curry and LeBron? People that have mastered it, professionals? No. Same thing with investing, right? There's an information gap. We're all aware of that, right? So insiders, the top 1%, they have it a little bit better. Those are the LeBrons, the Steph Currys. But investing, even if you aren't in the 1%, even if you're not an insider, you can still win in the market, right? And you do that by doing things such as, just looking around and seeing everybody has an iPhone, right? You have girls wearing Lululemon, going to Target, families going to Walmart, Home Depot, people using Google, people playing Xboxes, that's Microsoft. All these different things that I just named, the stocks have been doing good, right? You see people with iPhones. In the past 5 years, every year, the Apple stock has went up on average 44% for the past 5 years, right? So when people say investing is hard, Apple stock past 5 years just went up 44%. The most valuable company in the world, right? So I think that it's hard if you want to master it, but if you just want to make money and invest smartly, intelligently, I would say, kind of like in a passive way, put your money in and let it sit, but just do like a little bit of research at first. You could get more into that. Like you could look into see like how much revenue they have, how consistent it is, how are they growing, see some things that the company are doing for the future, but just on a real basic level, just seeing like what they do and how impactful it is. Google, how impactful that is. Everybody uses it, so why not invest in it, right? So I think when you question if investing is risky, you have to like look at life as a whole and say, like, Mark Zuckerberg once said that the biggest risk is, not taking any risk. And I believe that wholeheartedly. You only get one life. Your parents could become sick, and now you have to set up a GoFundMe because you maybe didn't make the sacrifices that you could have made to have the money to be able to be like, Mom and Dad, I got you guys. So I get it that there's different people. I know me and probably people that watch this would want a Lambo, right? But there's people that don't really want a Lambo because there's people with different perspectives, different lives, people that different things make them happy, right? But I just have always thought, it's my opinion that if you really love the people that you love and you want to take care of them, you would become your best self. And your best self is disciplined. I think just being financially stable is a big part of being your best self. I'm definitely not a money is everything type of guy, but money's important. It's a saying, I forget where I heard it, but money can't buy you happiness, but poverty can't buy you anything. So I definitely believe that money's important. I think that you can work smart, not hard. And I think that you have to be able to work hard to work smart. That's a little bit confusing the way I just said it, but, work a little bit hard to be able to know how to work smarter, and then you could take a break, breaks as you want, vacations, all these different things, right? But investing is a very smart way to not only save, put money to the side and let it sit and lose value, but compound your money, right? And as I said before, I don't think it's that hard. Me and my friends could go to the courts and play basketball and not be LeBron and be Steph, but still be decent at the game, right? I think it's the same thing with investing. and I think that you only live once. You might as well see what you can do. I think that investing does have it does have risk to it, but I think that many things with rewards do have risk, and you just have to ask yourself, is not investing riskier than investing? My answer is not investing is riskier than investing. So, you know, just ask yourself that. Ask yourself what you want out of life. You know, but that's really my answer. I just don't want to be in a position where I need money for something and I don't have it, especially when I could have worked smarter. Even and last thing I'll say is I don't think you have to be a financial advisor or an accountant or anything finance related to be able to invest. I think that a lot of people will be hurting themselves by being an engineer, being an employee at Walmart, being, doing something with IT, and then not investing because it's too much work. It's too hard. It's too risky. That's excuses. You know what I mean? So I would just really say, you could reach out to people for this stuff, different things like that, reach out to me, but I think that when you can be doing something when you could, 5 years ago, you could have invested in Apple, the most valuable company in the world. Everybody has an iPhone, iPad, Apple Watches, AirPods, everything, right? It's obviously a successful company. And if you could have invested 5 years ago and right now be up 220%, because that's what happened with the stock, or just let your money sit in a shoebox, I don't get it. I personally don't get it. So, at least for me, I'm going to just invest in like the 10 stocks that I think will do good over the next 10 years. Keep my money in there. Keep putting money into it. And I think that's what's best for me and my family. I think that if I didn't take the risk, I wouldn't be me. So that's my thoughts on it. Let me know what you think. Appreciate you guys.